This story takes place right after Detective Pika investigates. Now, Pika walks into Joe's house, and he tells him everything that just happened with Dr. Sonic and Fredrick's mom. Obviously, Joe gets worried. He says that Dr. Sonic's brother, Mario, who died, of course, 8 months ago, was part of a cult with his brother called RF. Joe thinks it has to do something with that Dr. Sonic went out to kill Fredrick's mom because of the cult RF, but he doesn't know the full details. But he does know a person in Bend City who does know a lot about the cult RF. Pika decides to go back to Dr. Sonic's lab and decides to investigate it more in the meantime. He doesn't find that much info except for a DNA data atom fusion. It says gets on top of the machine, Fredrick's mom's DNA needed. Detective Pika realizes what's happening. He immediately runs to the hospital to stop Dr. Sonic. He gets there and finds Fredrick's mom's dead and Dr. Sonic missing from the hospital. Detective Pika now feels sad. He feels like it's his fault for Fredrick's mom's death. He felt like he could have stopped it, but he didn't. He goes out of the hospital and finds Joe. He tells Joe about what happened, and Joe feels sad about Fredrick's mom's death, but says it's not his fault. Of course, it's not really Pika's fault, but Pika doesn't think that. Pika then tells him about the DNA that Dr. Sonic needed, and Joe decides that Pika needs his help. Joe joins your party! Joe shows Pika around to his back end. That's where they find Cowboy Curb. Cowboy Curb was in the West, who moved to Bend City a few years prior. He said that Joe and him were good friends back in the day, and he also knows some stuff about the RF cult since it originated in the West. Curb tells him about the RF cult, an evil cult who resurrect people from the dead. Curb says that he doesn't know if the resurrection works, but he says that we should still be worried about them. Cowboy Curb then says, "Follow me," and shows all the way to the base of the cult, a huge, ominous, windowless tower. They break and story in and see many guys, all surrounding them with guns. Joe and Curb are ready to fight them back, but Pika says, "We surrender." And Joe and Curb are astonished and surprised on why he did that. They get locked up into a cell immediately after, and Dr. Sonic walks in, paralyzed, and says that the plan has finished. And after giving Fredrick's mom's DNA, and Fredrick's dad's DNA, and Fredrick's DNA, he fuses them on this altar, and a huge beam shines out of the altar. And Detective Pika realizes that the RF cult is an acronym for the Resurrection of Fredrick. To be continued.
Is this a movie?